Have you ever noticed that the more you dive into big ideas, the more you feel cut off from everyone else? That your curiosity seems to create an invisible wall between you and the rest of the world? You're not alone. From ancient Athens to our social media age, society has often pushed deep thinkers to the sidelines, not because their insights were wrong, but because they made us uneasy. Think of Socrates, who drank hemlock rather than stop probing Athenian beliefs, or Galileo, whose telescope threatened the church's cosmic view. Even Nikola Tesla, brilliant visionary, ended his days living in obscurity. These innovators weren't failures, they simply unsettled the comfort zones of their peers. Psychologists call this the mirror effect. When someone's mental acuity outpaces ours, they reflect back our own blind spots, and unlike wealth or muscle, qualities we can admire without feeling diminished, intellect hits us at our core. It forces us to confront the cracks in our own understanding. Our beliefs and assumptions form the scaffolding of our identity. When a thinker questions those foundations, it can feel like an attack on who we are. Rather than lean in, many people recoil, defending not just an idea, but their very sense of self. Why such a visceral reaction? For most of human history, belonging to a tribe meant survival. Being cast out could be a death sentence. Even today, our brains register social exclusion much like physical danger, lighting up fear circuits in the amygdala. Interestingly, context matters. In a private chat, a thoughtful conversation can feel safe. But in a crowd, hierarchies emerge. A lone deep thinker can tip the balance, so group members may subtly, or overtly, sideline them to protect their status. Several mental shortcuts intensify the pushback. Dunning Kruger effect. People with limited knowledge often overestimate their expertise, dismissing nuanced arguments. Status quo bias. We gravitate toward familiar ideas even if they're flawed. Backfire effect. Presenting contradictory evidence can backfire, making people cling harder to their original beliefs. Online platforms compound this. Algorithms reward sensationalism and simplicity, sound bites that stir emotion rather than thoughtful analysis. As a result, flashy but shallow content often outperforms careful, complex reasoning. Arthur Schopenhauer went so far as to call high intellect a curse. He argued that while most chase pleasure and social approval, the truly curious pursue truth, even when it hurts. That relentless quest sets deep thinkers apart, often leaving them isolated. Yet solitude need not become loneliness. Schopenhauer himself offered guidance. 1. Cherish solitude. Treat alone time as fertile ground for creativity and insight, not as a punishment. 2. Cultivate your circle. Seek out kindred spirits through books, salons, or online forums so you can exchange ideas without self-censorship. 3. Time your insights. Gauge when your audience is ready. Sometimes planting a seed quietly can be more effective than unveiling a full-blown theory. If you've ever felt sidelined for asking the hard questions, remember, your intellect is a gift, not a flaw. By understanding the mirror effect, our evolutionary wiring, and the biases that hold us back, you can navigate social spaces with confidence. Deep thinking may feel lonely at times, but it also grants you clarity, freedom, and the power to spark real change, one question at a time.